Hi YouTube. In this video I'm going to address a question that came up on another video. The video was how to draw realistic skin graphite pencil drawing lesson, no time lapse, and it was a question asked by Call Out to God, and I thought I'd go ahead and just kind of demonstrate my answer to him with a video. I thought would be a lot easier to do it that way, and so that's what I'm going to do in this video. Okay, now please excuse the hum noise that you hear in the background there, but there is an air compressor just on the other side of this wall, and because of the temperatures have been so hot this summer, it seems to be running quite a bit these days. Plus we have a two-story house here, so we have two separate units, and it just makes a big old racket. Anyway, so the question was how exactly do you shade in a way that it would make a gradual tonal difference? The example would be from a shaded area to the part of the face in which there is highlight, or a lighter area where there's more light that shines. And that's easy enough. Now in the video that question was posted on, I basically started with a fresh face, so I was going from light, and I would just start shading a light face, and then as I would get that done, and I would go in and I would blend. You know what? I'm going to grab a different blender. I'm not going to use this one here. I'm going to use one of my paper ones here, my tightly wound. Now that's already been used, so I might end up with, yep, there's still some on here, but let me just get as much of it off as I can so I can demonstrate here. Okay, so let me scoop in here, and I hope you can see this with the lighting. It's, you know, it's really bright. So anyway, and basically what I was doing is I would just start shading, and I'm just using a dark onyx pencil here. I'm trying to use these pencils up. I have so many of them, I want to get rid of them. Anyway, so I'm using them up. You probably noticed that in some of my videos that I'm just using them up. But you know, I lay down, you know, a light color, and then I would, you know, come in and I would blend it, and then I would come back where I needed it to be darker, and I would continue doing it. So basically I was starting light, and I'll build my way up until I get to a darker for where the shading is. But the question was more, how do I go from shading to light, which is the complete opposite. And I'm going to go ahead and just put down dark first then, and then show how I would do it. And it's really simple. But let's just say, for example, that this is a shaded area of someone's face. I'm not going for accuracy here. I'm just going for tonal value. So let's just go ahead and let's just say this is the dark side of the face here. And I'm just going to keep, and you're going to want to use your darkest pencils, of course, for contrast and to get the darks in. So for example, I'll just go ahead and, now I use a 9XXB, for example, to do that, but I'm going to just use straight graphite for this demonstration. So using my Mitsubishi High Uni pencils here, I'm going to grab a 10B, that's the darkest here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to produce my dark shaded area, and that, well, that's a nice dark right there. So you just go ahead and you have your dark area of the person's face, or, you know, hair, or whatever it is. And of course, you know, want to get your blending done, so I'm going to go ahead and just blend in that dark area there. When you do the blending, especially with very soft pencils that are your darkest pencils, you're going to get a lot of the pattern or grain of the paper to show through, and that's not usually desirable for most portrait drawings. So you'll want to blend so you can fill in all the teeth of the paper. But this sounds like somebody really wants me on the phone there. It's little beeps going off in the back. I apologize. Anyway, so let's just say that's the shaded area of the face. Now, how do you gradually go towards, let's say the light highlight area is this area right here. So how do you gradually go down until you reach that highlighted area? Well, it's really not that difficult. For one, what you can do is, as you're blending this, is you can start blending out away from that. Especially as you get closer to the highlighted area, you're going to want to do that. Now, in this case here, of course, I don't have enough material from the dark area to make the gradual transition, so then I'm going to have to come in here, and of course I'm going to have to provide more graphite. And then I keep blending down like this. And I'll probably want to keep the area way over here from being blended anymore, because then I'll have to constantly keep adding. But as I coming out of this area here, I'm just extending by using the blender. And as you can see, that I am now gradually getting lighter, and it's not so pronounced. It doesn't go dark light, but it's going dark and then lighter, 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 lighter as I push it out. And you're just pushing it out and away from the dark area. And it's very simple. I mean, that's all you really need to do. Especially if you don't want to come in there with a lighter pencil and a harder pencil and so forth, because you only have a little area. You only need to go from here to here, let's say, instead of where I just did that. Well, it's a lot easier just to kind of blend out to that location there, because it makes a great gradual, as you can see how it's just gradually becoming lighter and lighter and lighter as I move out. And again, I can come in here and provide a little more graphite. And push it out. So make sure there are no hard lines anywhere. But that is just fluid coming out. Nice and gradual. Okay, so can you see how it goes from dark to lighter, lighter, lighter? And then you're going to get to a point where it's just the paper, the highlight area. If you're going for maximum highlight, that's the white of the paper. And of course, always make sure, you know, you blend it so that there's no, you know, odd, you know, spotty. If you have spotty, you either keep blending really good, or you'll want to take your kneaded eraser and you want to touch up areas that might be a little bit too dark within your lighter shades and so forth. You have a lot of control with your blender and, you know, your pencils and your erasers. You use them to maximal effect. Okay, so anyway, short of going for perfection here, because I did say it was going to be a short video. Okay, phone, I'm going to get there soon enough. I'll lighten up this area right here, because it's, there we go. Alright, so you can see, and then, you know, here it goes right into the highlights. And if you have to extend it out at this point, okay, that was a 10B. I might come down to, let's say, a 4B pencil, and I might start somewhere right here and just kind of see if I could make sure that the gradual, that it remains to be really gradual. Okay, again, get your blender, smooth it out, then extend it. Ay, ay, ay. I'll get to you guys when I get to you. I hear that phone in the background. Start hearing it in my sleep. I think somebody needed me or something. I don't know. Probably the wife. Go pick up groceries. I am coming. I apologize for the little beep in the background, peeps. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to extend it to here because I don't want the video to go too long. I can spend lots of time at this. But as you can see, I've gotten it to the lightest possible here. And I can't get any lighter. And I did most of it with a blender. So you just take from the dark, bring it to the light, and depending on how far out you have to go, you know, it depends on how much graphite you need to keep feeding. But if you're going to go way out to here, I wouldn't keep feeding this and then pushing it way out here. I just start going with harder pencils out here. You know, like grab a 2H pencil and kind of work that a little bit closer and then blend that out a little bit further. But I think I've made the point. So that's how you would do it. It's pretty easy. You know, you can go from dark to light, just as you can go from light to dark by just adding layers and layers and layers like I demonstrated in the other video. Okay, well, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.